At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your four-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
the Berkeley County Health Department, Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, CMA Honda, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, and WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening, everyone. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Alongside me is my broadcast partner, Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio at Spencer Dupuis. On our cameras tonight is our intern, Avery Newport, as well as a regular, Donald Kinney. Great night tonight for basketball. Game number 2 here at Hedgesville. This time it means more, though, because it is the Region 2, Section 1 semifinal between the 2nd seed Hedgesville Eagles and the 3-seeded Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs. We welcome you into this Johnny's Express tip-off show brought to you by Johnny's Express. Johnny's has all your game day food and drink needs, and if you need a way to serve it all up, they got you covered. That's Johnny's Express, located at 1456 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Well, Nick, both teams, not the best seasons for them both, but since it's playoffs, it's a clean slate. 0-0, even though Martinsburg comes in 1-17 overall. Hedgesville 4-15 overall. Both share the same section record at 1-3.
Yeah, it's been a surprising record for a team like Martinsburg, who was in the section championship last year and was the region co-champion, but lost a lot heading into this season. And not typically the 3 seed in this section, though. Usually a pretty good program led by head coach Kyle Triggs. And Hedgesville, a team that has had a down year. Both these teams split the season series against each other. That was the only win for Martinsburg and one of Hedgesville's 4 wins. But like you said, it's kind of the reset of the season now in the postseason. It's a time for both these teams to kind of forget about everything that happened in the regular season, and if you can get a win Obviously, you advance to the region championship, and if you pull off what would be a pretty major upset over Spring Mills, you're headed to states all of a sudden. So it's like everything that happened in the past.
Well, you get to host the region. You don't automatically.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking about region championship, not sectional championship. But you go to region, and anything could happen, right? In just 3 games, if you get hot at the right time, you could be playing in states, I guess is what I meant to say there. But, both these teams haven't had the best of seasons, but again, you can kind of fix that tonight and get a playoff win for your team that even if you were to lose in the next round or not make it as far as you wanted to in the beginning of the year, playoff win, something to build on heading into next year for these 2 teams.
Yeah, I sat down with both coaches, and before we hear from them here a little longer into this Johnny's Express tip-off show, just share a tidbit that don't know how accurate it is, but when I'm looking through my notes, it most likely is. Coach Alford, I asked him what would it mean to his program to finally be the ones to knock out Martinsburg. He said it means everything, basically, because for the past 15 seasons, it's been Martinsburg out of this section being the team to go to the state tournament. And looking back, this is the first losing season for Martinsburg since 2007-2008. So that's a pretty accurate statement that he made. Hedgesville, though, right now, as I said, 4-15 on that 5-game losing streak. They beat Martinsburg. However, Martinsburg's only win was the last time these 2 teams met, a 42-30 win back on February 8th, and it was right here at Hedgesville.
Yeah, and anytime you beat Martinsburg, I don't care what sport it is, it seems to be a pretty big deal around here. I mean, they usually have the best athletes, and they usually have the best teams in the area. But this year isn't the case in girls basketball, and they're definitely a beatable team, but you're trying to avenge that last loss. So Hedgesville can't overlook the Bulldogs, and you have to look at it as still a huge game for your team if you're able to get this win and knock them off. Because, like you said, haven't had a losing season since 2007, 2008, and haven't not won the section in 15 years. So they are the team. They are still the team because they wear the black and orange. They have the Martinsburg logo. And you still have to be aware of the success of that program. And there's talent on both of these teams. While maybe not star-studded, obviously, they do have some good players that have had good moments at times this season. So it would be a great win for Hedgesville, even though it's not the same Martinsburg team that we're used to seeing. I mean, 1-17, I don't think anybody expected that. No. Even with losing players, I would expect Martinsburg to always be competitive. But that has been the case this year. They seem to have gotten a little bit better as of late, but still just 1 win on the season, and these 2 teams are looking to prove something here tonight.
Let's take our first 2-minute commercial break here on the Johnny's Express tip-off show. When we return after this 2-minute break, we will go over the playoff schedule here for Class 4A Region 2. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Welcome back into the Johnny's Express tip-off show. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini. We're about 17 minutes or so away from tip-off of this Region 2 Section 1 semifinal game as the 3-seeded Martinsburg Bulldogs travel to Hedgesville, West Virginia to take on the 2-seeded Hedgesville Lady Eagles. Let's now look at the bracket for you for both Section 1 and 2 here in Region 2 for Class Quad A. As you can see on TV 10, we got it set up for you and did our best to explain it since it's kind of a weird 6-team bracket. The game that we have right now, consider as Game 1 between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. The winner of that will advance to Thursday's night's sectional championship, where Spring Mills, the Lady Cardinals, await to host, and both teams there, win or loss, will advance to the regionals, as you can see. And then in Section 2, also going on tonight at the same time, it is the Washington Patriots hosting the Musselman Applemen. So a win tonight is crucial for any team because you want to get to that sectional championship, where in Section 2 it's Jefferson waiting. Section 1, as I already said, Spring Mills waiting. And then Thursday, the winners of those sectional championships will get to host regional championships, and they will host the losers of the opposite sectional championship games. So it's a lot to take in, but when you really look at it, Nick, it's pretty simple, and it's able to give teams that, for instance, like Jefferson Washington here, arguably the two best teams, but they sit in the same section, they still both would have chances if they make it to the sectional championship, even if they lose, to advance the state.
Yeah, obviously in the state of West Virginia, there's not a ton of teams and schools, so everybody makes the playoffs in basketball. I'm used to more of a point system that's very similar to the football that we have in PA, but in West Virginia that's not the case. So your season, while your regular season wasn't good for either team, right, but you still have a chance to do some damage and accomplish some of your goals. And you're in a very odd situation in some ways because you're 1-17 on one side, you're 4-15 on the other side, but now you're in a win or go home, which you probably normally wouldn't think of that way, but I mean that's what's on the line tonight. So I don't think anybody wants to end their season tonight, and that adds to the intrigue of this matchup. Even though these two teams have struggled, they still have a lot to play for at this point of the season, which is unique. And as we get into the rest of this sectional tournament on both sides, we have some intriguing games. I think whoever wins tonight, going up against a really good Spring Mills team, who's young but has proven to be a tough EPAC competition.
At one point, they were on a 10-game win streak this year.
And that Jefferson team is also really good. I mean, those two teams have had some good games this year. And then Washington Musselman's, I think, an interesting matchup. Spencer said that might end up being an upset, or at least out of the two games tonight, you could see a Musselman team potentially pull off an upset, which this game wouldn't really be an upset either way. And both those teams are solid, and Washington's a team that has been really good this year. I think started like 7 or 8-0, and now we'll await Jefferson if they're able to win. So both sides of the section are intriguing. I think there's still a lot of good basketball left to be played, and at this point in the season now, it's win or go home for these two teams tonight and the two other teams on the other side.
But also in a weird way, these two teams tonight, if you look at the other side of the coin, could go 2-1 in the playoffs, but still make a state tournament.
Yeah.
It always feels weird that a team can lose, but yet all that matters is winning that regional championship if you get there. And even with a loss, you're in the final 8 teams in the state.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird to have it play out that way, but again, it's how things are set up in the state. It's how the playoffs are. And if you truly are a better team than everybody else in your region or your section, then you find a way to win the region championship. And, you know, neither of these teams have had good regular seasons. So in your head, there should be no reason for there to be an upset where these teams end up in the states. But again, they're going to fight for it. They're going to try to compete for it. And anything could happen. That's what's crazy about high school basketball, and that's what the state does allow with the rules, is even if you have a bad regular season, if you somehow get hot in the final month and rally to a region championship, you end up in the state playoffs. And it's crazy how that works, but it is what it is. And like I said, the best team will prove to be the best team over the next few weeks.
Let's take another 2-minute break here on the Johnny's Express tip-off show. And when we come back from the 2-minute break, we'll hear from both teams' head coaches in Greg Alford for Hedgesville and Kyle Triggs for Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Whether you're heading to a high school, college, or professional football game, Johnny's has all your tailgating go-tos. Delicious wings, meatballs, shrimp, burgers, and dogs. Plus, Johnny's has everything you need to serve it all up. Party trays, utensils, plates, cups, and more. Stop by either of our 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, phone 262-0208. Bears Repair.
Welcome back here to the Johnny's Express tip-off show. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini. We will now hear from the coaches for both teams as your coaches' interviews brought to you by Orsini's Home Store. Not just an appliance store any longer on 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, or you can visit them at orsinis.com. We'll start first with the home team's head coach in Hedgesville's Greg Alford.
Okay,
Okay, Coach Alfred, the start of the sectional playoffs tonight. You get to start it at home against a struggling Martinsburg team, but even though they are struggling, they did beat you guys last time, but how do you flip the script and get to the sectional championship tonight with a win?
Well, it is very nice having the game at home. You know, I guess it hasn't happened since 2013, so that's a good thing. And, you know, I've been emphasizing to the girls, you know, this is the second season. We're all 0-0, so even though they've only won one, it doesn't matter now. This is where it counts. And, you know, we were able to beat them the first game in a close game, and then the second game, they were able to get us, made some nice free throws down at the end, and it ended up beating us by 11. But I think as much as anything is, we have to cut down on our turnovers. You know, that has been our big thing. I got this from Coach Izzo. They're called touchdown turnovers. Too many times we turn it over and leads to baskets to the other team, and that's one thing we've worked at on this week, that we just can't do that. You know, we got defensively, you know, we got to be able to rebound the basketball, and, you know, Mayer and Bradley both have had big games against us, and we got to hope to contain them also.
Senior Kelly Hours so far has really been the brightest spot on this team for you guys this year. Can you just share how she's been throughout her career as well as just this season for her?
Yeah, she's been great. You know, this is my first year on the coaching staff, but, you know, I've had her in a couple classes. She's a great student also. But boy, she can shoot the basketball. You know, I think she might be second in the state in 3 points made for the year. You know, and how she goes is how we go. You know, if she can catch fire and stuff, it just helps the other girls out. But, you know, we're gonna need some other people step up tonight. You know, if we're going to move on and get to play spring meals. But she's been a pleasure to coach. You know, and she's going to Potomac State, so we'll get to watch her a little bit more. You know, next year and stuff too. But yeah, she does a lot of little things. We run things. So, but yeah, we're excited to see what she can do in this postseason.
The region, for the most part, for a majority of this decade and even going into last decade, it's always run through Martinsburg. How would it be for your team to finally knock them off the perch a little bit tonight?
You know, I mentioned that last night. I said, I think it's been like 15 years that they have gone to the state tournament in a row. And I said, you know, these girls don't want to be the girls that don't go. So, you know, they got that added pressure to where, you know, they're going to make sure that doesn't happen to them. So, you know, we got to make sure that it does happen to them. And, you know, you know, I told them, hey, if we win this game, you know, we're one win away from the state tournament. We're in the Sweet 16 of Quad A, you know, but we have to take care of business first. And it's going to be a battle. You know, you know, even though they only lost one game, if you look at their schedule, Coach plays a lot of tough teams, so that they are, and I know he'll have them prepared tonight. So it would be huge for us if we could get it done and to move on, especially for the 4 seniors. You know, we don't want it to end for them.
Anything else that you want to add, Coach?
Well, I hope after the game that I'm in that locker room congratulating the girls.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I'm now joined by the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs head coach, Kyle Triggs. Coach Triggs started the playoffs, so a clean slate now. 0-0 is the mentality. How does your team get to 1-0 and advance to the sectional championship tonight?
Oh, we got a tough task ahead playing Hedgesville here on their home court. You know, we split with them in the regular season. You know, for us, it's kind of been the same thing all year. Is our defense gets our offense going. And I think the last time we played out here and then the last game of the year against Jefferson, I thought we guarded the ball better. You know, so we've had a couple good days of practice, and now it's, you know, time to go play.
It's been a completely different season for you guys compared to recent years, but what has been some of the bright spots that you hope to see tonight?
Well, I mean, you can just see the growth amongst all the players. You know, obviously not the season that they wanted or our coaching staff has wanted or we're used to, but, you know, from where we started, playing a difficult schedule, because, I mean, we played a pretty difficult one. You know, you see the growth in certain players, and hopefully now that battle-tested mentality comes to fruition here in the sectionals.
4 seniors on your team. What have they meant to the program for you guys?
Well, you know, our 2 seniors, Teari Rosario and Olivia Mayer, have been 4-year members of our program, have been, you know, just unbelievable. Liv has played varsity for all 4 years. Tremendous kid. Teari has really developed over the last couple years. You always get emotional at this time of the year because you never know when your last game's going to be. But they've been tremendous assets to our program. They've made our program better. They made me a better coach. So hopefully we can, do things well over the next couple weeks and get them that trip to Charleston.
That was the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Kyle Triggs there. Before him was Coach Alfred for Hedgesville. We're going to take another 2-minute break here on the Johnny's Express Tip-Off Show, and then we'll be back with your keys to the game and players to look out for. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar, or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Welcome you back into the Johnny's Express Tip-Off Show. We'll now get into our keys to the game and players to look out for, brought to you by CMA's Honda of Winchester. Visit them at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward. Nick, what are your keys to the game and players to look out for? Let's start with the roadside in Martinsburg.
Well, I think Martinsburg needs to crash the boards. As Coach Alfred mentioned, that was something that Hedgesville struggled with in the last game. Martinsburg has the height advantage, so if they're able to get on the boards and get second chance opportunities, that will be important. And a player, I'm going to go with Olivia Mayer.
All righty, how about for Hedgesville?
For the Eagles, I'll go with Kelly Hours, and she's kind of the key and the player because she gets Hedgesville going. If she's having a good night, they are successful, and when she's having a good night, that opens up opportunities for her teammates. So she's both the player and kind of the key in a way, because you need to get her going early and get her off to a good start.
All righty, let's now go to your starting lineups, brought to you by Modern Renovations. West Virginia homeowners trust the experts at Modern Renovations for roofing. Call them at 304-564-6317 to schedule your free estimate, or visit mymodernrenovations.com. For Martinsburg, it's #1, Olivia Mayer, #3, Anaya Gideon, #10, Brooklyn Medina, #24, Cameron Savoy, and #33, Tyari Rosario. For Hedgesville, it's #1, Hannah Major, #5, Kelly Hours, #10, Amelia Fouch, as I need to turn on my flashlight now as the lights go down here in Hedgesville, #12, Zaya Lomax, #14, Leonie Ortega. Let's take our final 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for the opening tip for this sectional semifinal. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Home helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle. Or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
And that concludes today's pregame show. Coming up next, it's the starting lineups, opening tip, and play-by-play action of West Virginia high school basketball.
Johnson now in transition with the one-handed slam dunk. And that might put a seal on this one.
Today's game is brought to you by
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com. Ollie's VIP. Milestone Realty. The Palace Lounge. The Mountaineer Grill and Pub. Cody's Auto Body. Modern Renovations. D&N Auto. Home Helpers of the Panhandle. Johnny's Express.
And now, let's go courtside and rejoin our WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville High School. Your opening tip-off brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you, and if you don't like it, they'll take it back. Go to HagerstownFord.com. It is Martinsburg in the road gray uniforms with orange stripes and black numbers on the front and back with orange numerals and Martinsburg written across the chest. And for Hedgesville, it's the home white uniforms with blue numerals and letters on the front and back. The first quarter presented to you on TV 10 by Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Buying or selling a home, call them at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com, as well as Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Phone them at 304-263-3361. The jump ball won by Martinsburg. It is Brooklyn Medina with the ball for the Bulldogs. She's guarded by Major and has to bounce pass it to Mayer. Mayer gives it to Savoy at the free throw line. Savoy passes it out to Gideon. Gideon, a cross-court pass for Medina. A three-pointer, no good, as your first shot of the game presented to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect. They're at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Phone 304-263-5131. Major with the ball at the right block, puts a shot up off the glass, no good, tried to tip it back in. That one misses as well, but Hedgesville gets another rebound and keeps possession. Another layup, this time driving from the right side, is Ours. It's too hard off the glass, falls to the floor, rebounded by Martinsburg. And going out of bounds on the far side is Major, so it's going to be a turnover. 7:15 to go, we're still scoreless. Hannah Major dribbles it across the block H at midcourt. Will be picked up by Gideon and have to pass it to Ours. Ours for three from the right corner, tried to bank it in just off the front of the rim, no good, rebounded by Hedgesville. Left side layup is good. Martinsburg takes the 2-0 lead. Zaya Lomax with the the finger roll at the 6:50 mark. Gideon decides not to shoot the three from the left wing. Gets the ball, passes it to Rosario. Rosario has it tipped. It goes to Medina. Medina loses possession, goes into the stands. 6:38 to go. Another turnover by Martinsburg gives it to Hedgesville.
Yeah, sloppy playing early on for the Lady Bulldogs. And just a great job on the other end by Lomax to get that offensive rebound and lay it up and in. Something we talked about earlier might be at the disadvantage for Hedgesville.
A 10-foot jumper, air balls from Ortega on the right side, rebounded by Martinsburg. Martinsburg 3v2. Major left side three, off the back of the iron, no good. Tipped by Major into the hands of Ortega, and it goes right back to Hannah Major to set up the offense. She passes it to Hours, NBA range three, top of the key, off the back of the rim, then hits the wire above, so it counts as a dead ball. Martinsburg gets the ball, and at the 6:05 mark, it's 2-0. Hedgesville leads Martinsburg, and the Bulldogs' Cadence Bradley checks in. Wasn't sure if she was going to play tonight. We heard the reason she wasn't starting was because she's been sick all week, hasn't been able to practice, but not even 2 minutes in, she's in the game. Rosario finds Gideon. Gideon trying to get it down low for Bradley. Instead, drives the baseline. Gets trapped now. Gideon bounce passes it, and it's stolen by Hedgesville. Gideon, though, tried to take it right back out of Fouch's hands, and a jump ball gives the possession arrow to Hedgesville. Still 2-0 as we are at the 5:39 mark of this first quarter.
Yeah, early on, Colin, Hedgesville doing a good job of winning the loose balls. Obviously, we saw the offensive rebound there, getting the jump ball, forcing a few turnovers as well.
Ortega drives the paint and will be fouled on the floor. And that's the first foul that we've had this evening. It goes against Martinsburg. And it's against Tyari Rosario. That's her first foul this evening. Quick inbound to Major. Right side three-pointer. Completely misses, but into the hands of Fouch. And Fouch will be fouled as she goes up from the layup from the left side. 5:24 to go. That sends Fouch to the free throw line. That foul against Olivia Mayer, her first, team second for Martinsburg. Fouch puts up the first free throw. It's off the front and then right side of the rim, and no good. Hedgesville leads 2-0 here in this sectional semifinal. Winner of this game takes on Spring Mills Thursday night. Fouch sinks the second free throw. That's her first points, makes it 3-0 Hedgesville. Martinsburg with the ball. Medina dribbles with her right hand, picks it up, gives it to Rosario. Rosario passes it to Bradley. Bradley, a quick pass to Gideon. Her left corner three is deflected, but Martinsburg keeps possession. Bradley puts up a shot in the paint, and she's fouled while doing so that'll send her to the charity stripe. Martinsburg trying to get in the score column. 3 minutes into this first quarter, has not had a basket yet. It's 3-0 Hedgesville. It's Cadence Bradley to shoot two. Misses the front end of the two free throws. Bradley gets the ball back here for her second free throw attempt. That one into the air and through the net, so it's now 3-1 Hedgesville. Cameron Savoy checks in for Tyari Rosario. Hannah Major dribbling back and forth between her right and left hand. Now drives to the right side, crosses midcourt. Met by Gideon, almost loses her dribble. Passes it. It's caught by Ortega, and her shot deflected. No good. Ball fought for on the floor. Everybody trying to get it. And a jump ball will be called. 4:46 to go. It's 3-1. The possession arrow points in favor of Martinsburg, but falling to the floor there, I believe, was Savoy, and Coach Alfred for Hedgesville wanted a travel violation there.
Yeah, I was going to say that exact same thing, Colin, and I would agree that should have been a travel, but a jump ball was the ruling, so Martinsburg winning a loose ball there.
Gideon to Medina on the left side. In the corner, Gideon for three, around the rim, no good. She gets her own rebound on the baseline. Puts a shot off the back of the rim, in the middle of the square. It falls through. It's good. Gideon ties the game at 3 apiece at the 4:18 mark in this first quarter.
Good job by Gideon to stay with her shot there, follow her shot and lay it back up and in.
4:15 to go now, as Hours drives the right side and will be hacked by Cameron Savoy. That's her first, team third. So that'll send Hours to the free throw line. Kelly Hours, a senior for Hedgesville. the top scorer for them, averaging 14.4 points per game. Gets her first of the evening from the free throw line to make it 4-3 Hedgesville. As the official gives her the ball again for the second free throw, and she drains that one with ease. Give her 2 points now. It's a 2-point lead for Hedgesville. Full court press set for Hedgesville. It's the ball in the hands of Medina. Medina passes it. Everybody gets around, breaks midcourt. Major puts up a layup from the right side. It's good. We're tied back up at 5. Hannah Major in the score column now. Excuse me. That's Olivia Mayer for Martinsburg. Had my number ones switched up by accident. Now Major with the ball. And her pass intended for Van Dyne goes out of bounds. Olivia Mayer dribbles it for Martinsburg across midcourt. Passes to Medina. Medina inside for a two-pointer from the left wing. Air balls and goes out of bounds. So we're tied at 5 with 3:40 to go.
Yeah, you mentioned Olivia Mayer knocking down that jumper just a few moments ago, and she's a player that is extremely important if Martinsburg wants to get this win. When she goes off, and she has the ability to do so, this Bulldog team is pretty tough.
And a 5-second call called against Kelly Hours for Hedgesville. Great defensive play there by Medina for Martinsburg to force the turnover. We knew this one was going to be close. So far it is. We're tied up at 5 in the first quarter. Both teams statistically wise, points per game only separated by a point each. Medina passes it to Gideon for 3. That three-pointer misses again from the left corner, and it's Hedgesville back the other way. Laughlin gives it to Major. Major passes it to the right side for Hours. Hours drives in, loses her dribble. She falls to the floor in the paint. Rosario meets her there. The tie-up possession arrow keeps it with the Eagles. 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go in this first quarter. It's Hedgesville 5, Martinsburg 5. Major,
great caught,
dishes it in on the inbound to Lomax. Her left side shot is good. Hedgesville takes the lead now, 7-5.
Those plays, Colin, always important. Those inbound plays, if you're able to get buckets off those are easy baskets at the rim. And there you see Lomax again, off to a good start, 4 points for her.
Rosario powers away on the right side, banks it in. Tyori Rosario ties it back up at 7. 2:35 to go in this first quarter. Hours with the ball for Hedgesville, passes it to Major. Major kicks it to the right corner, trying to get the give and go. It's tipped out of bounds by Martinsburg. Remains possession for Hedgesville. It'll be Hours to inbound for the Eagles. Trying to look at that left block again. It's covered by Rosario, so Hours kicks it out to Major at the top of the key. She passes it to Laughlin to her left side. Laughlin to Hours for 3. No good. Ball bounces once, rebounded by Lomax. Out of her hands, picked up by Laughlin. Hours again gets the ball. Another three-pointer, no good. The ball tipped around, rebounded by Martinsburg. Medina passes it to Olivia Mayer, who dribbles it across on the right side of the court and pulls up for a long three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Everybody loving these long threes tonight. We're under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Tied up at 7. Wide open Laughlin. Right side off the glass too hard. No good. Bradley gets the rebound from Martinsburg. And the Bulldogs will slow it down. Allow everybody to get back on the offensive end. Medina now breaks midcourt. Picks up her dribble. Passes it for Gideon at the left wing. Gideon gives it to Medina in the left corner. Her three-pointer is no good. I don't think we've had a three-pointer made tonight yet, Nick. Kind of just like the boys game that we had before this,
yeah,
which
only had one
won 50-22. Right? Now, Broadford and Christian has
yeah, they had 3.
As another three-pointer, this time from the right corner, missed by Hours.
In the E-Pack.
That's, yeah, only one all night in the E-Pack. Gideon dribbles with her right hand once, passes it to Rosario at the top of the key. Rosario fakes a pass down low. This time Medina tries to pass it down low, but it's stolen by Lomax. Lomax trying to start a dribble. Her feet got tangled with Lachlan. They both fall to travel violation because of that. And the ball goes right back for an inbounds from Martinsburg underneath its basket. Under a minute to go, 56.4 seconds in the first to be exact. We're tied at 7. And with the ball now is Seelinger. Passes it to Mayer. Mayer's three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Rosario. Rosario at the left block puts up another shot. That one is good. Rosario has 4 points, and it's the first lead for Martinsburg at 9-7. Lomax drives the left side. Her layup's good, so we're tied back up. Zy Lomax leads the way with 6 of the 9 points for Hedgesville. 25 seconds to go. Rosario for Martinsburg passes it to Medina. Medina bounce passes it to Savoy. Savoy drives the left baseline and will be fouled on the floor with 19.7 seconds to go. And that will be on Lomax, her first, team second. The inbound almost over the head of Seelinger. She's able to snag it and then pass it for Medina. Medina gives it to Mayer. We're at 14 seconds to go. Mayer dribbles to the top of the key, gives it to Medina. Medina at the right baseline, dishes it down low to Savoy, who finds Rosario. Rosario kicks it out to Seelinger at the left wing. She travels. 5 seconds to go. Hedgesville will have an opportunity for the last shot of the first. And due to the travel violation being at the left wing, the inbounds will be in front of Hedgesville's bench. Lachlan passes it in for Copenhaver. Copenhaver tries to give it to Lomax. Lomax puts up a prayer shot, almost banks it in. It's no good. So at the end of 1, we're tied at 9 apiece between Hedgesville and Martinsburg. We'll take a 1-minute break, then be back for the second. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Here for quarter number 2 between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. This is Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini, Donald Kinney, and Avery Newport on the cameras. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. Martinsburg starts with possession, and pump faking for 3 was Cadence Bradley at the top of the key. The 6'4" sophomore decides not to take it, and it's stolen now by Hedgesville. Major, a layup way too hard off the glass, gets her own rebound on her knees on the right block, fights for possession between her and Seelinger, so the possession arrow gives it right back to Hedgesville.
Hedgesville got that basket on a similar inbound look earlier. See what happens here.
Bounce pass inbounded to Lomax, and it's good from the right side. She now has 8 of the 11 points for Hedgesville, who now lead 11-9.
Same play, just Lomax went to the opposite block this time.
Bradley to Sellinger for 3. Too hard, no good. Rebounded by Lomax, who passes it for Hedgesville. Major, way too hard of a pass, intended for ours, stolen by Medina. Medina falls into the scorer's table, goes out of bounds. 7:16 to go. Hedgesville gets the ball back. Your second quarter presented to you by Modern Renovations. West Virginia homeowners trust the experts at Modern Renovations for roofing. Call them at 304-564-6317 to schedule your free estimate, or visit mymodernrenovations.com. I'll give you our other sponsor at the next dead ball, as ours drives the paint, puts up a shot. It's too hard off the back of the rim and rebounded by Martinsburg. Medina Passes it to Rosario at the right corner. Rosario, using her pivot foot wisely, drives the right baseline, gets double teamed. Major ties her up, and a travel violation will be called before the jump ball. So instead of the possession arrow giving it to Martinsburg, the turnover gives it to Hedgesville.
Yeah, it was either going to be a travel or a foul there as Rosario just kept moving forward.
And a foul here as the pass across midcourt intended for Hours is hit out of bounds, because also getting hit out of bounds was Hours from Medina. That's Medina's first, team fourth. 6:45 to go. The ball with Hedgesville. A shot from the right block off the backboard and no good from Ortega. And a whistle blows at the 6:41 mark. Martinsburg will have an inbound. (11-9). Hedgesville leads Martinsburg in this sectional semifinal. Medina picks up her dribble, passes it to Gideon at the left wing. Gideon looks to her left, passes it to the right for Rosario at the top of the key. Rosario dribbles once, gives it to Medina. Left corner three, off the mark, no good. Rebounded down low. The shot off the bottom of the rim, right back at her. But a foul is called, so that'll send Olivia Mayer to the free throw line to shoot two, with an opportunity to tie things up if she makes both. 6:17 to go. Mayer's first free throw is no good. Our other sponsor for this quarter is the Skinner Law Firm. Injury and consumer rights lawyers. Call them at 304-245-6613. Visit them online at skinnerfirm.com. Mayer makes the second free throw to make it 11-10. Hedgesville still leads Martinsburg with 6:13 to go in this second quarter. Lomax, right side, off-balance layup, finds a way to drain it. Zaya Lomax now in double figures with 10 points of the 13. It's 13-10. Hedgesville leads Martinsburg. Gideon passes it to Medina. Medina finds Rosario wide open at the top of the key. She decides not to shoot it. Instead, will dribble her way to the right side. Finds Medina down low in the paint. Kicks it out to Gideon for two. Off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Major. Hannah Major for Hedgesville. Picks up her dribble and passes it to the right wing for Hours. Hours finds Lomax at the right block. She drives to the left side of the paint. Puts up a layup. The jumper, no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Medina passes it to the right side for Gideon, and she will land before she could get the pass off. It'll be a travel violation with 5:18 to go. Hedgesville gets the ball right back.
Yeah, Martinsburg just having too many mental errors on the offensive end, leading to turnovers, whether it be travels or poor passes.
Hannah Major dishes behind her to Hours. Hours dribbles to the right corner, puts up a three. That one no good. Rebounded by Cadence Bradley for Martinsburg, who will hand it right to Olivia Mayer next to her. Mayer brings it across the midcourt line, picks up her dribble, and passes it to Bradley at the right wing. Bradley has to pass it to Medina as she was guarded closely. Medina finds a cutting Gideon, and that shot no good. Rebounded by Hours for Hedgesville. Hours passes it to Major. Major's pass goes over the head of Ortega at the left block. Out of bounds. 4:36 to go. Martinsburg gets the ball as they trail 13-10 to Hedgesville. It's Olivia Mayer with the ball for the Bulldogs. It's a one-possession game as she gives it to Bradley. Bradley pump fakes a three. Passes it to Mayer. Mayer guarded by Major. Decides to dish it down low, finds Gideon at the left block wide open, and she puts it up off the glass and in. Nia Gideon now has 4 points, and it's back to a one-point game at 13-12.
Well, that's good offense there by Martinsburg. Find your open post player underneath. You got good positioning.
Lomax drives into the right baseline, goes up for a shot, and will be fouled. So she goes to the free throw line to shoot two with 4:03 left in this second quarter. And that foul against Cadence Bradley. That's her first, team fifth for Martinsburg.
Well, it's interesting that Lomax has been kind of the player for Hedgesville. I mean, she's who they're going to offensively.
She misses the first free throw. Yeah, she averages 7.7 points a game right now in this first half at 10.
Yeah, so a respectable number, but, I mean, ours is their main offensive weapon. And Lomax has done a nice job despite being kind of undersized in the post against Martinsburg.
Lomax makes her second free throw, now has 11 points. It's 14-12. Hedgesville leads Martinsburg. 4 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the second. Lomax will get a rest on the bench now after making one of the two free throws. Martinsburg with the ball. It's Olivia Mayer crossing midcourt. Still dribbles, picks it up. Three-pointer around the rim and through. Olivia Mayer from the top of the key doubles her total points and takes the 15-14 lead for the Bulldogs. Foul called with 3:43 to go as Ours gets hit by Medina. That is Medina's second, team sixth. So one more, and it's the 1-and-1 the rest of this half, and eventually double bonus if you get to 10 total fouls. Laughlin checks in for Hedgesville, who has an inbound in front of Martinsburg's bench. The inbound pass successful to Kelly Ours. Ours guarded by Medina, and she has to pass it behind her to Major. Major gets nudged by Gideon, and they call the back court. I thought I saw a little bit of a hip check. Ref didn't see it, so Martinsburg gets the break and gets the ball.
Yeah, I mean, she ended up on the floor, so it's not like she just fell over on her own. I mean, clearly there was some contact there.
Letting them play, the referees are. 3:33 to go, 15-14. Martinsburg leads. Mayer gives it to Bradley for three, no good. Ball bounces off the chest of a Hedgesville Eagle into the hands of Savoy. Savoy's shot from the left side, no good. Rebounded by Rosario. Rosario gets tied up between her and Laughlin. And 3:18 to go, 15-14 your score. Possession arrow gives it back to Martinsburg. Ball inbounded to Gideon. And Gideon's pass goes a little bit too far to the right of Mayer. Out of bounds. Hedgesville ball. Ball, long pass for Laughlin, and her 15-foot jumper in the right corner is good. We're tied back up at 16.
She was just wide open, and good job by Hedgesville to find Laughlin in that short corner to knock down that jumper.
Rosario to Gideon for three. Off the front and back of the rim, no good, and a foul called underneath the defensive basket as Lomax will now go to the free throw line for 1-and-1. Almost looked like a bit of a frustration foul there against Martinsburg. 2:52 to go. Tied up at 16. That is Savoy's second. Team seventh, so everybody sharing on the foul fest here for Martinsburg.
Yeah, you got to be aware of that, though. There's no reason to foul that far away from the basket, especially when you have 16 fouls. You can't pick up that seventh. And plenty of time here in this first half for Hedgesville to do some work from the line.
Lomax makes the front end of the 1-and-1, so now she gets the bonus free throw and gives a 17-15 lead to Hedgesville. Second one around the rim, no good. Rebounded by Bradley. Mayer dribbles behind her back at the top of the key. Finds Medina in the left corner. Medina drives in, bounce passes. Finds an open teammate in the paint. Savoy tries to power up a shot but gets tied up and will be fouled, so now she'll shoot two. 17-15, Hedgesville leads with 2:34 left to go in this second quarter. That is Ours' first foul. Team fourth for Hedgesville. Free throw banked in, so it's now 17-16. It's Cameron Savoy's first points of the evening. Chance to tie things back up here. Lomax almost had a lane violation, and Savoy misses the second free throw, so it remains a 1-point lead for Hedgesville.
That was a good job by Lomax to keep her toes from going into the lane.
Lachlan with the ball for Hedgesville, passes it to her left. Catching it is Van Dyne. Van Dyne passes it to Major. Major finds at the elbow Lomax. Lomax drives the left side and puts it in. She now has 14 points, doubling her average tonight. It's 19-16. We're not even done the first half. It's 2 minutes to go in the second.
Yeah, she's been great. In the post, again, she doesn't have the height advantage, but she is not afraid to go inside against this Bulldog team where, inside is probably the strength of Martinsburg this year, but Lomax just continuing to exploit them despite that.
Van Dyne tipped the pass out of bounds, so Martinsburg got the inbounds now. It's Medina pump faking, driving the right side, loses her handle, but it was deflected, so it'll retain possession for Martinsburg. Minute 46 to go in the second quarter. Mayer to inbound for Martinsburg. Passes it to Bradley. Bradley double teams, and her shot gets tipped, and it'll be another possession for Martinsburg, who thinks it's Hedgesville. They're all jogging back defensively, not realizing that it's their ball.
It's got to be when you know that you made the wrong
Even Bradley,
call, right?
yeah. Even Bradley's going back.
If the entire team runs back the wrong way, you might say, maybe we should change this.
Referee can't change it like that. And Bradley makes a three from the left wing. The 6'4" sophomore has range and ties things up at 19.
I didn't expect that from Bradley. I don't know if we've really seen her three-point game that much this
I remember one or two from last year, but you're right. She's been injured a lot this year and hasn't really got to do that, and now has a block down low against Lachlan, and it goes to Savoy. Savoy, lackadaisical, almost had it stolen by Major, but passes it to Mayer. 1:10 to go in this second quarter. We're tied at 19. Mayer dribbles it off her foot. Hedgesville gets the ball right back.
It's good defense by the Eagles to cut away that baseline, really force her in one direction. And Olivia Mayer just couldn't turn toward the basket where she wanted to go with that ball.
1 minute to go now in this second quarter. 19 all between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. Winner advances to the sectional championship against Spring Mills. Lomax, Euro step, layup no good from the left side, rebounded by Martinsburg. Rosario tries to get the transition offense, but great heads-up defense by Kelly Hours to deflect the pass at midcourt on the far side and tip it out of bounds. So 49.8 seconds to go. Martinsburg has an inbound. The inbound to Medina, who breaks midcourt. Medina dribbles slowly through her legs, picks it up, finds Gideon, left corner three. It's good. Back-to-back threes on back-to-back possessions now for Martinsburg to give them a 22-19 lead.
Gideon's been really solid. A few layups earlier there.
And a hard foul on the right side will send Hours to the free throw line with 30.9 seconds to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, we're seeing players from both teams, Colin, that haven't necessarily been the scorers for these teams, step up and play well. Lomax,
that's what you need in the playoffs.
For Hedgesville, and the stars that we kind of highlighted earlier, Olivia Mayer at times has been that for Martinsburg.
Hours makes her first free throw here of two, so she now has 3 points. But yeah, as you were saying, we're the ones that highlighted her because she averages 14.4, but you still got the third and fourth quarter to go.
Yeah, she's still making it.
Barely makes the second free throw as it trickles around the rim a couple times. 22-21 now. Martinsburg on top. 25 seconds to go. Medina to Gideon. Gideon in the left corner, passes to Bradley at the top of the key. Bradley forces a pass to Rosario, and Rosario at the right elbow will be fouled. And that will be against Hannah Major. Her first, team fifth. 17.1 seconds to go. An inbound on the far side of the court for Martinsburg, and a timeout will be called by Kyle Triggs for Martinsburg. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 30 seconds.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville High School, where it's Martinsburg leading the Eagles 22-21 in this sectional semifinal game. As your timeouts brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. That's Phil McCoy and John Everson. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or phone them at 304-263-4343. 17.1 seconds to go in this second quarter. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Glad you could join us tonight for the second game that we've had for you, as the boys Hedgesville Eagles basketball team picked up a win against Broadford Christian at 4 o'clock earlier today. Bradley, spin move. Shot from the right side, no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Major, with 7 seconds left, gives it to Hours at the right wing. She's going to drive the right side. No foul called as she bumps into Rosario, who went straight up. So I like the no call, let them play, especially late with time left before halftime. But the ball will stay with Hedgesville. 1.2 seconds, bounce pass to Lomax, who gets tied up, and the horn will sound. So we'll reach halftime. Martinsburg 22, Hedgesville 21 at the half. We'll take a 2-minute break and then come back for the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm halftime show. Again, a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team, with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center, 400 West Stevens Street, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Welcome back here to Hedgesville High School. As we're at the half, it is Martinsburg leading Hedgesville 22-21. This halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini, and we'll now give you the first half stats. Let's start with Hedgesville, who trails right now. The leading scorer for them is Zaya Lomax with 14 points in this first half. Kelly Hours with 4 points. Kaylee Lachlan with 2 points. And rounding it out is Amelia Fauch with 1 point for Hedgesville to give them 21 total. For Martinsburg, the leading scorer is Anaya Gideon with 7. Right behind her is Olivia Merritt with 6. Tyrari Rosario and Cadence Bradley have 4 points each, and Cameron Savoy has 1 point to make a total of 22 points for them. A great first half so far, back and forth. The edge right now with the 3-seeded Martinsburg Bulldogs, but quickly before we go back to a 2-minute commercial break, anything you want to add here?
Yeah, Colin, it's been a pretty good half for both teams. I don't have a ton of criticisms of how they've played. I mean, both teams are playing really well. I think just continue to get Lomax involved for Hedgesville, but hopefully if you can get some other players involved, that would help them out in this game. And then for Martinsburg, just keep your balance, because it's been a balanced first half, and continue to take good shots. When they've taken good shots on the offensive end, they made them, but a few forced threes earlier and a few early turnovers preventing them from having a bigger lead than just one here at the half.
All right, let's take another 2-minute break as we have 6 minutes left in this halftime. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Home Helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle. Or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Welcome here to the AN1 Halftime Scoreboard Show, brought to you in part by Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg, giving the care, serving the tri-state area, giving the care you want to be, giving care the way you want to be cared for. Learn more by calling 304-433-8000. That's 304-433-8000 at the half. In this Section 1 semifinal here in Region 2 of Quad A. Martinsburg, number 3, has a slight lead over number 2 Hedgesville, 22-21. I've been working on trying to get a score update from the Section 2 semifinal here in Region 2 as number 3 Musselman at number 2 Washington. I've been unsuccessful in my attempts, so unfortunately don't have that. But as Colin mentioned earlier, a 50-22 win earlier today on TV 10 and WRNR for Hedgesville over Broadfording Christian Academy out of Maryland. That brings Hedgesville, I believe, to a 17-5 record, or excuse me, 17-4. They have one more game they could play this Friday. Who knows? Kind of Coach Kelly Church is kind of looking around to see if he can add an extra game maybe, but that's to be determined. That's really all I have for local scores here, but all right, thank you, Jim Klein. Musselman down to Washington. So Washington leads Musselman 22-14 at the half. Now let's look around in college basketball. A couple games going on here in Division I. Number 17, Tennessee on top of Missouri, 33-27 as the first half is winding down. Number 18, Arkansas on top of Florida, 36-30. And Number 25, Iowa, on top of Michigan State 41-29. Games getting underway tonight here at 7 o'clock in the NBA. The Cavaliers and the Pistons. Just about to get underway is the Celtics and the Nets. Later on tonight at 8 is the Hawks and the Bulls. Grizzlies and Timberwolves as well. Suns and Thunder at 10 p.m. on TNT. Warriors and Trailblazers. And to round it out, Nuggets at Kings. That'll do it for me back here in the studio. We'll send it back after this 2-minute break to Hedgesville High School.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. That's why we're America's most loved auto brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
2021 American Customer Satisfaction Index ACSI survey of customers rating the performance of their own automobiles.
I only have that too, I think. Hold up. Check.
Welcome back here as we are just checking things out for our headsets. Everything is good to go. We can hear each other, so they're working, and we're ready now for this third quarter. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. It is 22-21, Martinsburg with the lead here to start half number 2 over Hedgesville. And as you heard from Spencer during the and 1 halftime scoreboard show, it is Washington on top of Martinsburg, 22-14. Well, the teams are ready to go, but the officials are not.
Yeah, the officials have left the building, Colin.
Looks like we're going to have somebody go find them so that we can get started as the athletic director, Joy Van Dyne, goes back and does so. And we'd like to thank her for allowing us to broadcast here, setup-wise. Got us here early inside while school was just letting out, since it was an early tip for the boys basketball game. It was at 4 o'clock. The Hedgesville Eagles boys basketball team took on Broadfording Christian and got the 50-22 win. If you missed that one, don't worry, it's still on our YouTube page. You can always go back and watch it. That is WRNR TV on YouTube. The officials are back as your third quarter presented to you on TV 10 by Orsini's Home Store. Not just an appliance store any longer on 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, or go to Orsinis.com, as well as Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly. I did what you did earlier, Nick, at 304-263-4596, or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. It's that word Kelly, man, that's slipping us up today, whether it's Kelly Church or Gary Kelly. See, I'm doing it again. And we start the third quarter with a turnover. Hedgesville's inbounds gets deflected, and it'll be Martinsburg getting the ball.
It's a hard name, Colin.
Not really, but I appreciate you trying to defend me. Rosario with the ball, passing it in, and stolen by Lomax for Hedgesville. 7:46 to go. Hannah Major dribbles across midcourt, gives to Lomax. Lomax drives the right side, stops, pump fakes, puts up the shot. No good. Tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Martinsburg. That's how we start things here in the third quarter. Nobody scored yet in this second half, but opportunities are there. Good ones as well, just missed shots. It's Olivia Mayer from Martinsburg with the ball now. Dribbles quickly across midcourt and immediately passes it to Gideon. Gideon bounce passes it. Bounces twice off the court into the hands of Mayer. Mayer drives to left side. Her shot up is no good. and it's rebounded by Hedgesville. Hedgesville to Major, and Major has it stolen by Gideon. Gideon all alone on the right side, layup, no good. It's her own rebound into the hands now for Medina. Medina picks up her dribble, gives it to Bradley. Bradley out for Gideon. Gideon, a two-pointer from the right corner. That one, not a lot of arch, goes off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville.
And just a straight line drive for Gideon.
Off balance, layup from the right side from Lomax is no good. Rebounded by Ortega. Ortega from the left side. Shot no good as well. Rebounded by Martinsburg. 6:38 to go in this third quarter. It's still 22-21. Hedgesville on, or excuse me, Martinsburg on top of Hedgesville. Gideon passes it to Mayer. Mayer drives to right baseline, puts up a floater. It goes around the rim and no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville's Ortega. Ortega passes it to Major. Major dishes it to the right side for Hours. Hours dribbles to the corner. Finds a reverse layup opportunity for Lomax, and it's good. She falls to the court. Has 16 total points now and gives Hedgesville a 23-22 lead.
And she's been tremendous for Hedgesville when they've needed her to get buckets. She's stepped up.
And a turnover for Martinsburg as Gideon tries to pass it to Bradley, but it goes too far to her right side, out of bounds. 5:51 to go in this third quarter. Hedgesville gets the ball. Major catches the inbound, passes it across midcourt for Fouch. Fouch finds Major cutting on the right corner, gives it to Lomax. Lomax gets fouled against Rosario, and that'll send her to the free throw line as she went up for another layup. And that is Rosario's third foul, team first of the half.
They're not giving her shots on that one.
I thought it was, but
the ball never really went toward the basket.
That's true. Major, wide open three, it's good. Hedgesville now leads 26-22. Hannah Major enters the score column for the first time this evening. And that might be a pivotal moment. Can Martinsburg respond? Mayer has her pass stolen by Hours. The other way, it's one-on-one. Hours, right side layup, no good. Hits the floor hard. Rebounded by Major. Major shot from the right side, no good, but a foul called. And this time she should get to go to the free throw line for two shots.
Well, the senior Hannah Major doesn't want her basketball career to be over, right? She knocks down a great three-pointer and then keeps pace with Kelly Hours in transition to get the offensive rebound and work her way to the charity stripe.
Major misses her front end of the two free throws, so it's still 26-22. Hedgesville leading the Martinsburg Bulldogs. As we've said, the winner of this game advances to the sectional championship against Spring Mills Thursday night. Major makes the second free throw. She now has 4 points. It's 27-22 Hedgesville. Olivia Mayer crosses midcourt, passes it to Gideon on the left wing. Gideon passes it back to the top of the key. Coming towards her is Rosario. Rosario tries to pass it back to Gideon. It's stolen by Hours. Hours, layup is good. Kelly Hours now with 6 points, and it is a 8-0 run to start this third quarter for Hedgesville. They lead 29-22. Mayer to Rosario at the top of the key. Rosario has the dribble, decides not to. Has a long pass to the near side for Mayer, deflected out of bounds. It'll remain with Martinsburg, but these are the passes that have been an issue all season long for this Martinsburg Bulldog team.
Yeah, very similar to what we have seen all season long, where they just telegraph these passes.
As Savoy has the ball in the paint and will be fouled on a shot inside. Shot no good.
And the Eagles are starting to just read the passes, jump these lanes, and be aggressive on the defensive end, which leads to easy transition baskets. You know, defense leading offense.
Savoy to shoot 2 free throws, makes the first one. She now is 1 for 3 from the free throw line, has 2 points, and makes it 29-23 to stop the 8-0 Hedgesville run. 4:37 to go in this third quarter. Savoy's second free throw up, and off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Liani Ortega for Hedgesville. Hedgesville with the ball. It's Kelly Hours picking up her dribble. Finds Lomax down low. Lomax double teamed by Rosario and Bradley, so dribbles her way out of it. Finds Hours at the top of the key. Was open for a second, but off balance. And a foul will be called as Hours drives in on the right side and had her hand smacked by Cadence Bradley. You could hear that one loudly and clearly from up here, even with these headphones on. So Bradley to the free throw line. Bradley picking up the foul, sending Hours to the free throw line.
Kelly Hours, she knows how to get to the line in a situation where she was open on that wing, but decided to pump fake and go in to the basket. And even against the taller defender, still drew the foul.
Hours misses the free throw. That's her first missed free throw tonight, making her 4 for 5. Gets redemption there on the second one and gives her 7 total points and a 30-23 ball game. Hedgesville with the 7-point advantage. 4:16 to go in this third quarter. It's Mara with the ball for Martinsburg. Picks up her dribble, floats a pass across the court to Rosario, who dribbles to the top of the key, finds Gideon in the left corner. Gideon almost loses possession. It ends up in the hands of Bradley. Bradley puts up a jumper from the left elbow. It's no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Back the other way now is Major. Major to Fauch. Fauch pump fakes, loses possession, can dribble. Tries to dribble between two defenders and has it pocketed from her and stolen. On the floor now is Lomax. Finds Fauch down in the paint. Rosario misses a block. An air ball by Fauch. She's not happy with it. It's rebounded by Martinsburg. Back the other way now in a crazy possession there that I don't think anybody knew what was going to happen. A long three-pointer by Mayer from Steph Curry range and not Steph Curry successful as it airballs. 3:24 to go. It's still 30-23, and that shot's a head scratcher as to why you took it.
No, you're down by 7. You don't need that shot. There's still plenty of time to go in this game.
And a full timeout called by Martinsburg. We'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Hedgesville High School. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Our cameraman are Donald Kinney, and our intern Avery Newport. Back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. 30-23, Hedgesville leading Martinsburg in this sectional semifinal, where the winner will play Spring Mills on Thursday, and we'll have that game for you as well. It will be a TV10/WRNR TV on YouTube game only due to the Bob Huggins Show on Talk Radio WRNR. Pre-game will be at 6:30. Tip-off scheduled for 7 for that Thursday game. Hedgesville with the ball. Hannah Major, the point guard for the Eagles, dribbling right on the H at midcourt. Passes it to the left side to Laughlin. Laughlin right back to Major. Major dishes it to left corner for Van Dyne. Van Dyne chest passes it to Laughlin. Laughlin chest passes it to Major, who passes it to Hours. A right wing three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Lomax from the right block. Her shot banks through. She now has 18 of the 32 points for Hedgesville, who now lead by 9.
Yeah, it started with an interesting shot from Hours, but a good job again. Lomax on the offensive glass. Probably has had about 2 or 3 offensive putbacks to help this team.
Bounce pass to Rosario from Savoy. Rosario passes it to Cadence Bradley from the left elbow. Her jumper's good. Cadence Bradley trying to give a spark to Martinsburg, who trail by 7. 32-25, 2:20 to go in this third quarter. Lomax tries to power away through 3 Martinsburg Bulldogs, almost running into a 4th. Whistle blown with 2:15 to go. A foul called against Martinsburg. That's against Cameron Savoy, her third, team 4th. in this third quarter. The ball inbounded to Major. Major, guarded by Mayer, gives it to Hours, who's guarded by Seelinger. Hours, left wing three off the front of the rim, right into the hands of Bradley for Martinsburg as the shot was no good. And Martinsburg has it back the other way. Mayer dribbling it and the cursive lettering of Eagles on the near side of the court. Ball passed around to Savoy. Savoy at the top of the key. Dribbles to the left elbow. Tries to give it to Bradley down at the block. She posts up. Gives a little elbow to Lomax. Nothing called as their shot goes out of bounds. Was it tips? Looks like it was. Last by Hedgesville, so it'll be Martinsburg ball. Hedgesville coach is not happy with the no call there. Minute 42 to go. It's Medina to Seelinger. Seelinger has it pass tipped, and everybody falling on the floor. No whistle. Bradley gets it right back, and her pass is stolen by Hours. Hours dribbles to the left side. Layup blocked by Bradley off the backboard. Bradley with the ball now, has to pick up her dribble, spins and finds Mayer, who will slowly bring it across the court. A sloppy couple minutes by both teams here in this third quarter.
Yeah, Ours was trying to draw a foul on a 1-on-2 fast break, but it was a great job by Bradley.
Now triple teams wrap up. Possession arrow in favor of Martinsburg. Now have an inbound underneath its basket. 32-25 in this third quarter. Hedgesville leads Martinsburg with 1:05 to go. Mayer inbounds to Seelinger at the top of the key. She dribbles and it's swatted. Lomax the other way. Right side layup and fouled. She'll go to the free throw line as she misses it. But a great play by Zaya Lomax, who has been absolutely phenomenal tonight.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see a block on a three-pointer very often. And Lomax got out there and just swatted that thing like it was a fly coming out of the air. That was impressive.
Lomax, first free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Score remains 32-25, 58.3 seconds to go in this third quarter. Lomax with hands on her hips. Has the ball in her hand now. Her second free throw, no good as well. Rebounded by Martinsburg's Rosario. Rosario dribbles across midcourt on the near side. Stands in front of her bench, picks up her dribble. Passes it to Mayer, who picks up a dribble now. Passes it back to Rosario. Rosario swings it to the left side. Bradley for two. It's good. Drained by Cadence Bradley in the left corner. Bradley with 8 total points now makes it 32-27, under 30 seconds to go. Hedgesville leads.
Yeah, Bradley making Hedgesville respect her range.
Hours wide open at the right block. Around the rim, no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Bradley gets it to Seelinger. Under 15 seconds to go, and Seelinger travels. Had a defender in her face at the last second. Van Dyne kind of caught her by surprise and forced the turnover. 15.5 seconds to go. It's 32-27 in this third quarter. Hedgesville on top. Kelly Hours standing right at midcourt, slowly dribbling in front of her, and passes it now for Laughlin. Laughlin to Major. Major for Van Dyne, back to Major. 4 seconds to go. Major gives it to Laughlin. Laughlin shot up, no good, as it was deflected by Rosario. Horn sounds, and that'll be the end of this third quarter. It's 32-27. Hedgesville leading Martinsburg. Will take a 1-minute break before this fourth and final quarter of regulation. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your four-state roofing solution, reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
Welcome back here to Hedgesville High School for this Class Quad A Region 2 Section 1 semi-final game between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. Hedgesville leads 32-27. Fourth quarter underway. It's Hannah Major passing it to Hours for Hedgesville. Hours guarded closely by Gideon. The pass from Major to Lomax, almost stolen. Now Hours with the ball in the left corner. Pulls up for Trey. It's good. Kelly Hours with a three-pointer to start off this third quarter. She now hits double digits with 10 total points and increases Hedgesville's lead to 35-27. Rosario gives it to Savoy. Savoy has her pocket picked by Major. Major to the right side. Layup too hard, no good. Last off of Martinsburg Savoy, so it'll retain possession for Hedgesville unless they called a foul first. And they did. And it's a foul against Kelsey Van Dyne. That's her first, team second of the half. So Martinsburg will have possession instead. 7:19 to go in this fourth quarter. Martinsburg down by 8, trying to come back and avoid elimination. Bradley has her pass deflected. Medina gives it back to her. Bradley for three, no good, rebounded by Hours. Hours back the other way for Hedgesville. Medina trying to block her and gets the charge. And the ball lands on her face, but she gets up and is okay. The offensive foul against Kelly Hours. Great play there by Brooklyn Medina.
Yeah, it was an excellent job by her to get in the correct position. You know, typically, you see Kelly Hours going downhill. She's getting an and one on that, but Medina was set, was able to get that charge.
Bradley, double teamed, kicks it out to Gideon. Gideon swings it to the top of the key for Mayer. Mayer passes to the left side for Medina. Medina back to Mayer. Mayer drives in the right side. Her layup no good, rebounded by Hours. Hours dribbles on the far side of the court again. A quick transition. She's all by herself, though. Pulls up for three. Off the mark. Air balls, rebounded by Bradley. Bradley, pass stolen. Lomax fouled at the right block by Bradley. 6:21 to go. That'll send Zia Lomax back to the free throw line. A familiar spot for her tonight. 18 total points, but only 2 made free throws out of 6 attempts.
Yeah, Hedgesville needs these, even though holding on to an 8-point lead, been a little bit of a scoring drought.
As she makes the first, Zia Lomax now with 19 total points. Has really been the game changer that Hedgesville needed tonight. Lomax spins the ball on the ground and then in her hands. Second free throw up, that one good as well. She now has 20 total points and gives a 10-point lead to Hedgesville. Timeout called. We'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 30 seconds.
Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Welcome back. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini. It's 37-27. Hedgesville leads Martinsburg in this sectional semifinal. Your fourth quarter presented to you on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson, proudly serving the area since 1880. Also presented to you on TV 10 by the Ollie's VIP North Side, the best local spot to catch sports or hang out with friends. Stop by 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. Ollie's VIP will see you for the game. Martinsburg with the ball. Olivia Mayer crosses midcourt, picks up her dribble, passes it to Medina. Medina dribbles once, dishes it to Bradley. Bradley's pass intended for Gideon, stolen by Hedgesville. Back the other way. Bradley, though, with redemption as she absolutely swats that ball into the wall, and it'll be Hedgesville's ball. You like that rhyme there?
I don't know if you tried that, Colin. But.
At first I wasn't, and then I was, as the inbound from Hours off the foot of Bradley.
But you're not a rapper.
I am not a rapper. My initials are CM, not MC.
It's true.
As the officials trying to just halt the play as the music was still going on here. 6:03 to go in this fourth quarter. Hours. Lomax wide open at the free throw line. Her shot no good. Rebounded by Van Dyne. Van Dyne trying to fight her way through three Martinsburg defenders. A jump ball called. Possession arrow Martinsburg. 5:56 to go. Martinsburg down by 10. Loser eliminated. Winner moves on to the sectional championship. Mayer to Medina. Medina picks up her dribble, passes it to Rosario in the right corner. Rosario drives the right baseline, finds Mayer wide open at the left corner, who drives the left baseline. Shot around the rim, off the glass, and good. Olivia Mayer finds the scoring column for the first time in the second half. 8 total points. It's 37-29. Hedgesville leads. Major passes it over for Lachlan as they pass back and forth. And Lachlan back to Major. Major just standing with the ball over her head at midcourt. Passes it to Hours, back to Major. Well, looks like Hedgesville might just play the possession game and waste time as we have 5 minutes to go. Hours, bounce passes. Wide open two-pointer off the mark. Rebounded by Lomax to Major from the right side. Her shot up no good. Rebounded by Bradley. Has it stripped by Major, but lands in the hands of a teammate. Martinsburg back the other way. Olivia Mayer to Medina. Medina passes it to the left side. And Rosario at the right block gives it to Bradley. Bradley shot up around the rim, no good. Rebounded by Lomax. 4.5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. It's an 8-point lead for Hedgesville. Lachlan back to Major. Major, guarded by Medina, has to give it to Lomax. Lomax bounce passes it back to Major. Major gets a pick from Lomax at the right wing. Give and pick and roll. Shot from the right block, no good by Lomax, but a foul will be called against Cadence Bradley. That's her 4th foul, and that is not what you want to see for Martinsburg. When you're 6'4" sophomore that your offense really goes through, only has 1 foul left before she fouls out. 4:11 to go.
And your defensive anchor in a game where you've struggled to contain the paint.
Lomax sinks the first free throw. She now has 21 of the 38 points. And taking a seat on the bench is Cadence Bradley.
And Colin, that's a 7th team foul on Martinsburg. So, 1-1 here on out.
Misses the second one. Rebounded by Rosario for Martinsburg. Things not looking good for the Bulldogs as they lose possession. Major gets the steal. Gives it to Lachlan. Lachlan for Van Dyne. Van Dyne will just kick it to the top of the key for Hours. Hedgesville resets the offense as Hours passes it to Hannah Major. Major double teams. Passes it to Lomax, who's behind her on the far side of the court. Lomax passes it to Lachlan. Lachlan to Hours. Hours driving at the top of the key, picks up her dribble, gives it back to Lomax. Lomax for Major, finds Hours down low at the left block. Hours dribbles out to the corner and finds Major. Major, the pass to Lomax at the top of the key. Lomax gives it to Lachlan right next to her. The fans trying to give some help to Hedgesville after a great possession to waste time, but comes up with nothing points-wise. As the ball tipped out of bounds, but it will stay possession for Hedgesville, and a timeout called by Martinsburg. 3:18 to go. It's 38-29. Hedgesville leads. A 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldOfMartinsburg.com.
Welcome you back here to Hedgesville High School. 38-29. Hedgesville leads the Martinsburg Bulldogs in this sectional semifinal game. The ball inbounded to Hannah Major. She's guarded by nobody at the right wing, so she's just standing there waiting for somebody to come close. Cadence Bradley does so for Martinsburg. So Major passes it to Hours. Hours passes it for Lachlan. Swings it around. The three of them just keep passing it back and forth to each other. Major has the ball now. 2:56 to go. Tries to float it down low, and it's finally stolen by Martinsburg. Medina back the other way. Passes it to Mayer. Mayer at midcourt. Gives it to Rosario at the left wing. She gets a pick from Mayer, and will pass it to the top of the key for Bradley. Mayer, wide open three, left side, no good. Rebounded by Lachlan, who will bounce pass it to Hannah Major. Brings it across midcourt. 2:28 to go. It's 38-29. Hedgesville, this entire quarter, has really just played keep away from Martinsburg to retain this lead. Smart strategy, because you don't want to lose it and end up being eliminated.
Yeah, no reason to force anything.
And also, Martinsburg hasn't fouled yet. The ball deflected out of bounds. It'll retain possession for Hedgesville as Van Dyne had it stripped from Bradley. And we'll have another timeout called by Martinsburg. They will only have one left. We'll take another 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Whether you're heading to a high school, college, or professional football game, Johnny's has all your tailgating go-tos. Delicious wings, meatballs, shrimp, burgers, and dogs. Plus, Johnny's has everything you need to serve it all up. Party trays, utensils, plates, cups, and more. Stop by either of our two great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
We welcome you back here. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Nick Verzolini for Talk Radio WRNR. Donald Kinney, our cameraman. Avery Newport, our intern on the other camera. And back at the studio is Spencer Dupuis. He'll hear from later on after this game in our post game, where he'll give you some other scores. Hopefully the Washington Musselman final score and some other college and professional sports games that are taking place tonight. 2:07 to go in this fourth quarter. It's 38-29. Hedgesville leads Martinsburg. Sectional semifinal where the winner will take on Spring Mills Thursday. Major passes to Lomax, who's guarded by Rosario. Lomax passes it to Hours at midcourt. Hours picks up her dribble, gives it back to Lomax. Lomax hands it to Lachlan. Lachlan passes it to Major. Major to Lomax. Lomax to Lachlan. Lachlan dribbles once, gives it to Hours. Nobody even close to the basket. Everybody's just beyond the three-point line. Half of them at the top of the arc. And now Hours drives in the right side, goes up for a layup, and you heard the slap here. It's a foul against Rosario. 1:34 to go, and that will send Kelly Hours to the free throw line. You can see the frustration on all of Martinsburg's faces, slowly realizing that this most likely is the end of the year.
Yeah, and let's see what she does here.
Misses the front end of the free throws.
But pretty much, Hedgesville had it spread out, like you said, Colin. Nobody really near the basket at all, and that allowed the lane to open up once Kelly Hours beat her defender.
Hours makes the second free throw. She now has 11 total points and makes it a 10-point lead again for Hedgesville. 39-29. Medina to Mayer. The pump fakes met by Laughlin. Has to drive in. Kicks it out to Bradley. A jumper. No good. Rebounded by Savoy. And Savoy and one for a traditional three-point play with 1:20 to go. It might be too little too late, but we'll have to wait and see as it's now 39-31.
Yeah, only an 8-point game, 1:20, but this has been a Martinsburg's team that has struggled all year offensively. So it's not super likely, but you're not out of it. Only
it's the free throw way off the mark. And nobody fouling yet for Martinsburg.
You're going to have to foul. You're going to need as much
But
time.
Bradley would foul out if she did so there. Still no foul as Major with the ball. Medina lets her go by and finally fouls with 1:03 to go.
If you're not fouling, you got trap. And there was no trap from Martinsburg at all. It was just kind of like, hey, we'll let you burn another, 15 seconds or so there?
Give or take, yep. So. And Brooklyn Medina now has fouled out. So Brooklyn Medina will head to the bench. It's 39-31 with 1:03 to go. It's Hannah Major to the free throw line. Shot up and good. Hannah Major now with 5 total points. Increases the lead to 40-31. Hannah Major averaging 1.9 points per game. Now has 6 as she makes the second free throw as well. Back to a 10-point lead for Hedgesville. A minute to go in this fourth quarter. Martinsburg's Mayer passes midcourt. Gives it to Rosario, wide open shot. It's good from the left elbow. And another timeout called by Martinsburg right afterwards. 41-33. Rosario has 6 points. 51.1 seconds to go. We'll keep it here, though, for now, as your timeout brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. Phil McCoy and John Everson. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Our phone 304-263-4343. An 8-point lead for Hedgesville. It looks like they're going to be the ones to advance to the sectional championship game unless anything crazy happens here for Martinsburg in the next 51 seconds of regulation, but hasn't really been that way the entire season for Martinsburg. Coming in tonight, 1-17 overall. That one win was against Hedgesville here the last time these two teams met, but Hedgesville 4-15 overall and looks like the better team tonight. They have 53 seconds on the clock, and Hours trapped, falls to the court, whistle blows, and they give the timeout to Hedgesville. So Hedgesville will take a timeout, and now we'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Home Helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle. Or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Welcome you back here to Hedgesville High School. It's 41-33. Hedgesville leads Martinsburg in this Quad A Region 2 Section 1 High School Girls semifinal game. Spring Mills Cardinals await the winner of this one, and we will have that game for you on Thursday with a 6:30 pregame, 7 p.m. tip, and then tomorrow we'll also have basketball for you. That will be college basketball, though, at the Division II level, as it is Shepherd taking on Shippensburg. But let's get back to the action here. Hannah Major with the ball. Has her pass tipped. Laughlin tied up between her and Martinsburg. I believe that's Medina. So possession arrow still keeps it with Hedgesville. 43.6 seconds to go. Laughlin gives it to Lomax. That's not the one you want to foul, but Rosario tips it in the scores table. And it'll still be Hedgesville ball. Hedgesville giving itself some iffy plays here. The ball inbounded to Hours. Hours dribbling. Nobody fouls her. Mayer finally does so. 32.5 seconds to go. And Olivia Mayer will send Kelly Hours to the free throw line. It's 41-33. Kelly Hours went 1 for 2 last time from the free throw line. Mayer has 2 fouls now.
Yeah, ideally you don't want to send Hours to the line, but
and she makes that one.
You got to deny her the ball. Probably the best free throw shooter on this team.
Hours' second free throw is good as well. She now has 13 points, and it's back to a 10-point game. Hedgesville will call another timeout. They have 2 left. Martinsburg does not have any left. It's a 10-point lead for Hedgesville with 32.5 seconds left in this fourth quarter. What do you think Coach Alfred's telling his team right now?
Just, play good defense here in this situation. Don't foul. That's the number one thing. You can't foul, and even though you have fouls to give, but still you don't want to foul on a shot and give them a 4-point play potentially or something like that. So play good defense without fouling, and then when you get the ball inbound, you're trying to get to Kelly Hours. She's their best shooter from the line, so get her the ball. But if it's not there, don't force it either. And, just make good, smart passes, too, on the offensive end.
Bradley gets the inbound. She passes it to Rosario. Rosario keeps it from going out of bounds. Gives it to Medina. Medina double-teamed. Finds Bradley at the top of the key, who passes it to the right corner for Mayer. Mayer puts up a three-pointer off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. It's Kelly Hours, and she'll be fouled again with 17.3 seconds to go.
Yep, double bonus, too. And that was a great job, too, by Coach Alfred. I didn't even really think about this, but he goes to his own defense there. So that's a completely different look for Martinsburg. They then have to adjust that on the fly, which Hedgesville's pretty much been man the majority of the game. So I like the adjustment.
Kelly Hours makes this one. She now has her average 14 points and makes it 44-33 Hedgesville. Hours' second free throw. Up and good. She now has 15 total points. The ball inbounded to Rosario. 15 seconds to go. It's 45-33 Hedgesville. Bradley passes to Mayer. Mayer spins around. Pass deflected. Stolen by Van Dyne. And they are just going to dribble out the clock. Hedgesville comes out with the win at home. Martinsburg is eliminated. Hedgesville moves on to the sectional championship Thursday night, where they take on the one-seeded Spring Mills Cardinals. Again, the final score, Hedgesville 45, Martinsburg 33. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for the Palace Lounge post-game show. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Ollie's VIP Northside is the best local spot to catch all of your favorite high school, college, and pro sports, or to hang out with friends. Ollie's has a great beer and cocktail menu, along with a food menu that will blow you away. Ollie's offers multiple TVs to watch the game of your choice from anywhere at the bar, or their outdoor patio with cornhole and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP Northside. We'll see you for the game.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case. We're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
It's now time for the post-game show. Our broadcast team will break down the final stats, look at final scores from around the state, and look ahead to upcoming broadcasts. Today's game is brought to you by
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com. Ollie's VIP. Milestone Realty. The Palace Lounge. The Mountaineer Grill and Pub. Cody's Auto Body. Modern Renovations. D&N Auto. Home Helpers of the Panhandle. Johnny's Express.
And now, let's send it back to our Talk Radio WRNR TV10 broadcast team for the post-game show.
Welcome back here to Hedgesville High School as we welcome you into the Palace Lounge postgame show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check them out on their Facebook page. Final score, Hedgesville 45, Martinsburg 33. So the Lady Eagles advance to the sectional championship Thursday night and also gain an opportunity at the regional championship where obviously you win that, you go to the state tournament. But a great game from both teams, Nick.
Yeah, it was a competitive game for the most part, and I think both teams, while their records haven't been that great this season, really did lay it out all on the line. And it's always tough to see any team lose when you get to the final game of the season, whether that be regular season or in this case playoffs, because you know how hard these seniors work and stuff, and obviously for a lot of them, you know, they'll never get to play this sport again. So that's something that you don't really realize, but if you can relate to it, if you've ever played a sport, you know, it's something that is tough to go through. And when it all hits kind of at the end, and it's like, wow, you know, it's over. In this case, these players know it's over. Sometimes you don't know when it's going to be over, so that's kind of an interesting thing about high school sports, or in the Mountain State too, the basketball situation.
Let's now give you tonight's game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 south of Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. And let's start with Martinsburg. They were led by two scorers, Olivia Mayer and Cadence Bradley, with 8 points each, respectively. Right behind them was Anaya Gideon, finishing tonight with 7 points. Tyari Rosario finished with 6 points. Rounding out the scoring for them was Cameron Savoy with 4 points. So it was only 8 total bench points for that Martinsburg team. Unfortunate for them, and it was also coming from a typical starter in Cadence Bradley. The only reason she wasn't starting is because she was sick all week and they weren't sure if she was going to play or not.
Yeah, she played well. You give credit to her fighting through that illness and not having practice all week and still able to come through and provide some good jump shots, which I think was a little bit surprising about her game.
And a 3.
Yeah. So that was important for Martinsburg. It really kept them in this ball game. So if they don't have Cadence Bradley tonight, it probably wouldn't be very close, but she did a nice job for this team. And overall, that's kind of been an issue all year for Martinsburg. Not a ton of depth on this roster. Their starters have been decent at times, but just not getting a ton of bench production. And it's tough to win when you only have really 3 or 4, 5 players that can put the ball in the basket consistently, especially with the injuries they faced earlier, too, in the year.
Now let's give you the scores for Hedgesville. The leading scorer for the Lady Eagles was Zaya Lomax. She finished with 21 total points tonight. Kelly Hours was right behind her with 15 points, 11 of them coming in the second half. Hannah Major finished with 6 points, all of them coming in the second half. And Kaylee Lachlan had 2 points, and Amelia Fouch had 1 point. That is all your scorers for both teams. Again, the final score 45-33 Hedgesville beats Martinsburg. We'll take another 2-minute break, and when we return, Nick will give you tonight's awards. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results believes buying a new home requires a dedicated team that cares about your needs and concerns. Our experienced team is from the area, and we care about this community because it is our home as well. Whether it's a $30,000 home or a $3 million home, we will be hands-on and invested throughout the entire process. Thinking of buying or selling in West Virginia? We've got the tri-state area covered.
Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We're accident, injury, and disability lawyers with over 120 years combined local trial experience. When injury or illness has stopped you from working, you may be eligible for Social Security disability. Ron Harmon has been winning disability claims for over a quarter of a century. Don't hire some out-of-state firm. Ron Harmon's in Martinsburg. He will meet with you right here in our office. Get a local lawyer you can trust. Call 304-LAWYERS for a free consultation. 304-LAWYERS or 304-263-0900.
Panhandle Printing and Design, your local one-stop print shop. We help people manifest their visions, make them come to life. From logos, posters, and window graphics, to banners, business cards, promotional items, car wraps, and more. The options are limitless. One thing's for certain, when you visit Panhandle Printing and Design, you'll be delighted to work with our prompt, professional team as you describe to us what you're looking for. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
To our final segment of the Palace Lounge post-game show. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Nick Verzolini. Hedgesville 45, Martinsburg 33 was your final score. And let's now give you tonight's awards, and we'll start with the Cody Body Shop rejection of the game.
For the rejection, there were a lot of good ones by Cadence Bradley. But I think the one that kind of got you out of your seat a little bit was Zion Lomax's block on that three-pointer by Sellinger with just over a minute to go in the third quarter. That was an impressive block. She then picked up the ball, went down the court in transition, got fouled. She didn't convert the free throws, but I really like that rejection, so that would be my pick.
As your Cody's Body Shop projection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Body Shop at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Phone 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Let's now go to the Parsons Ford moment of the game, brought to you by Parsons Ford on 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford@martinsburg.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons.
You mentioned it during the broadcast. Hannah Major hits that three in the third quarter. Don't remember what the exact score was, but it was close at that point. And that started a nice run for Hedgesville and allowed them to pull away. So the Hannah Major three, then I think they forced a turnover, and it's like a 7-0 run at that point for the Eagles a few moments later. And that was the turning point in this ball game. So, Colin, you saw the future of the Hannah Major three. So that could something like that could be a pivotal moment in the game or something like that.
Is seeing the future good or bad?
It's both, right?
I feel like it. With great power comes great responsibility. That's what Uncle Ben said.
Yeah. What did they say on That So Raven?
I don't remember.
The future.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know
but
who gives her
I don't know
advice.
if there was like a, yeah.
I don't think she
Let's get back to our final award before we get sidetracked with
down a rabbit hole there.
Pop culture. As your WVU Medicine Player of the Game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. I think I know who it's going to be. I think everybody knows who it's going to be, but let's make it official.
Well, Zion Lomax, for 21 points, was the difference in the game. Not a player that is expected to go for 20 points, only averaging about 7 points per game, 7, almost 8. And Kelly Hours had a great, second half that was really important for this team from the free throw line. But Zion Lomax's points just so unexpected. We talked about how Hedgesville would need another scorer, and she was that, and she was good on both sides of the court, so she's got to be your player of the game.
Final score, Hedgesville 45, Martinsburg 33. Before we wrap things up here, just remember, after this 2-minute commercial break, you'll hear from Spencer Dupuis with the score from our other sectional semifinal, and tune into the Sports Mix tomorrow where we'll talk about Shepherd as they play tomorrow against Shippensburg, recap tonight's games, and give you a little preview and talk more about the boys' side as the playoff seedings came out today as well for them. But for Spencer Dupuis, Avery Newport, Donald Kinney, Nick Verzolini, I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off here from Hedgesville High School. Until tomorrow, have a good night, everyone.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 7 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Tiffany Morton, Endocrinology. Dr. Zangeethan Parampanathan, Family Medicine. Dr. Heymanth Pillai, Hospitalist. Dr. Lauren Rover, Pediatrics. Dr. Ahmed Samor, Hospitalist. Doctor of Nursing Practice, Kelly Shothius, Urgent Care. And Dr. Levi Stevens, ENT. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Welcome here into the Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 studios here in Martinsburg. A final in girls section action there at Section 1 semifinal as number 2 Hedgesville defeats number 3 Martinsburg 45-33. And as I'll show you right here, the bracket is up there as well. As you see, number 2 Hedgesville, again 45-33 victors over number 3 Martinsburg, will face number 1 Spring Mills on Thursday night, 7 p.m. tip-off, 6:30 pregame show with Colin McLaughlin on the call, as well as Jim Klein. So great game tonight leads to an even better sectional matchup on Thursday night in the sectional finals for Section 1. Down in Section 2, we've got a final for you in the Section 2 semifinal as Washington blows out Musselman 51-28. Number 2 Washington travels to number 1 Jefferson on Thursday for the Section 2 final game at 7 p.m. We will keep you updated during our broadcast for that one as well. So obviously, 2 teams that were set at number 2 come out on top. If you look back at this Hedgesville-Martinsburg game, there's Martinsburg on top by 1 at halftime, but the second half, just all Hedgesville. Now we'll take a look here around college basketball with about 6:15 left in the ballgame. Number 17, Tennessee, has a 65-50 lead over Missouri. With about 7:57 left in the contest, number 18, Arkansas, going to get upset here by Florida, or could potentially. It's a 59-54 lead for Florida. Number 25, Iowa, has a huge lead over Michigan State, 75-52 with 7:11 left to go in the ball game. A game that got started later, a battle of two ranked teams. It's a tie ball game with 3:01 left in the first half. Number 21 UConn and number 8 Villanova knotted up at 29. 3:24 left in the first half in a Big 12 contest. Has number 9 Texas Tech on top of Oklahoma 27-21. Game's getting ready to get started here in the next 20 minutes. Number 5 Kansas hosting unranked Kansas State, 9 p.m. That's on ESPN. And to wrap things up, number 24 Alabama visits Vanderbilt at 9 p.m. That's on SEC Network. We'll take a look at some NHL scores for you here. You can watch all those games on ESPN Plus if you want to. About 3:14 left in the second period. The Predators and the Panthers knotted up at 2. The end of the second period, the Maple Leafs have a 2-1 lead over the Blue Jackets. Also at the end of the second period, the Wild are down to the Senators 3-2. And also ending at the second period, the Blues have a 1-0 lead over the Flyers. Getting going in about an hour, 20 minutes on the West Coast. The Anaheim Ducks host the San Jose Sharks. And to round out the night, the Seattle Kraken hosts the New York Islanders at 10 p.m. All those available on ESPN Plus. And that'll do it for me back here in the TV10 studios. Again, this was the Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg postgame and One Scoreboard show. Brought to you by Home Helpers Home Care of Martinsburg, serving the tri-state area, giving care the way you want to be cared for. Learn more by calling 304-433-8000, 304-433-8000. For Donald Kinney, our intern Avery Newport, Nick Verzolini, Colin McLaughlin, I'm Spencer Puy saying so long. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 12:08 p.m. on The Sports Mix.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
the Berkeley County Health Department, Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, The Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, CMA Honda, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, and WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.
Hornby Media Group is your all-in-one advertising solution for businesses in and around the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. Print, radio, television, and social media platforms work together to maximize your ability to reach target demographics. Go to talkradiowrnr.com or call us at 304-263-6586 and let us design the perfect advertising package that will suit your needs and your budget.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 7 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians.